Good afternoon. It's Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. News update. Pedophiles in Yonkers. Good evening, folks. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. I just say good afternoon. Today's Tuesday, September 27th, 2022. Pedals on the loose. Yonkers seems to have a problem with pedophiles. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, folks. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. How you doing today? So yes, it's true. It was confirmed. And I reported it first. And that's important, not because I want to be the first to report it. I'll tell you why in a second. I want to shout out to the individual who posted this or created this flyer or whatever. Shout out to Politics with Fred, major interview with New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Tune in live. I don't know. That's about. So that this morning. But more importantly, I want to go to Elroy Harris. Film sexually engaged with a 16-year-old girl in the stairwell of one of the Schroeder Street project buildings. So it's real. Oh, it's on the Tribune, right? Must be real. And I reported this first. And why is it important? Because had I not reported it, you wouldn't be seeing this. They had no choice. They had no choice. They were trying to hide it initially. They were trying to cover it up. Was the man arrested? And he's connected. This is more family and friends network hookup. You know what's the difference this time? It's a person of color. And why do I say that? Because we usually hear the family and friends hook up. It's usually a person that's not of color, white person. Well, isn't white a color? White person, right? But it goes to show everyone that it's not about the color of your skin. And this is specifically to my Hispanic and Black brothers and sisters, because I want you guys to understand that it's not just the white man. Corruption is colorblind. Corruption is colorblind. And so that's why it's important that you understand that it is people that look like us that are pushing us out. So I want to read this article. The Yonkers Tribune contacted Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, the Yonkers City Council president. Why did he do that? The Yonkers City Council president and an attorney employed by the Municipal Housing Authority with respect to her friend, Lisa McKay Harris, Yonkers Deputy Parks Commissioner, who presently is in the Caribbean islands of Antigua. Ain't that nice? Ain't that nice? We don't get it that nice. You have to work for the city. It seems that the allegations against Mr. Harris' husband, Elroy Harris, who works for municipal housing, alleged that he was filmed engaging sexually with a 16-year-old girl in the stairwell of one of the Schroeder Street project buildings, formerly known as the Schlobaum houses in the city of Yonkers this past Friday. You heard it here first. They had to come out with it now. A call to Yonkers Police Department 4th Precinct was redirected to voicemail today. The 4th Precinct has jurisdiction over the Schroeder Street project buildings. No wonder my source told me to go check out the 4th Precinct. I should have gone. Elroy Harris has lost his employment, as I mentioned here on Basement Politics. He was fired with MMH, Municipal Housing. He was fired today, Monday, September 26th. Wait a minute. That's not true. He was fired when I first reported it, which was, I believe, when did I report that? A few days ago? That wasn't yesterday. When a text inquiry was made of Miss Collins Bellamy, the city council president, her text response was, "I am not at liberty to discuss the matter. Miss Collins Bellamy and Lisa McKay Harris are good friends." And why do I say family and Friends network hookup? Well, because sources that told me about this incident before, what is it, this way, before, people were questioning me and whether, Freddie, did you verify Freddie? Freddie, and I'm not just talking about, I'm talking about a few people, right? And some even were questioning, even calling me here, saying my show was hearsay. But here it is. Here it is. That source also told me that Lisa, the wife of this individual, McKay Harris, who is now deputy commissioner of the Parks Department, once stole $3,000 in a park permit scheme she was running while she worked in some other position where she handled the permits for the Parks Department. She was having individuals give her money orders just with the amount. No, it wasn't named to anyone. She told them to leave that blank, and they never got their permits. When they found out about it, according to the source, she was demoted and moved to work over with Kelly Olson. And now she ended up as a deputy commissioner recently when Steve Sansone was named commissioner. Steve Sansone was a deputy. He moved up. And then Lisa, the woman that stole $3,000 in a parks permit scheme, who obviously was guilty of it because she was demoted, although she should have been fired, was then named deputy commissioner? Only in Yonkers will that happen. And so was it her connection to the Yonkers City Council president, Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, that got her the position? And I also have to mention that when I said city employee, because people corrected me, they say he worked for Macy. Well, I thought that was a quasi-governmental agency, right? But it has since been private. They took it over, the developers, and that's important to know. But anyway, he was a city employee before he was let go. And then he got a job at Macy where the city council president works. Did she hook him up with that job? Was that part of the arrangement when she agreed to run for city council on behalf of Wilson Kimball and Zahi Jerris? They needed to want to take out Mike Cater. She doesn't want to be in politics long. That's why she's telling everybody that as long as I'm the city council president, we're going to get Trevor Park back for the people from the developers. Well, you're not going to be city council president very long. So then your excuse will be, well, I wasn't the city council president when they never gave it back. You were the city council president when you sold it off. And so you will always be attached to it. And so this is more family and friends hookup. And it's bad enough that they take the jobs, right? And they make all this money, over $100,000, while the average person in Yonkers only makes $35,000. But they're also doing things like this. This is the third individual in less than 2 months here in the city of Yonkers. Do we have a pedophile problem? One fireman arrested for soliciting minors for sex. A fireman, Yonkers fireman. A Yonkers teacher arrested for sexual conduct with a student underage. Now this individual who used to work for the city, works for municipal housing of Yonkers, is being alleged, or they're saying that there was a video. So let's see the video. Where's the police? Is it true or not? Most likely it's very true. Very true. And then we have the Yonkers Voice, who runs around with a conviction, articles in major publications like the New York Times, speaking of his arrest. 16-year-old girl, same thing. And there are others who I am hoping will come forward. Because I want to put this to rest, Mr. Yonkers Voice. This is not just one incident. I want to show that there is a pattern that these individuals cannot help themselves and they will repeat. And so that's why it's important to get this guy out of the housing where there are many staircases and dark areas in these buildings where they can take a child. And we have to do a better job at vetting them. But that's difficult when we have city officials, elected officials, politicians giving them the jobs. There's no vetting. So this couple, another couple who rake in the dough on city taxpayer money. Currently, she's in the islands in Antigua, living it up. Supposed to be here in the parks department, working. Parks are terrible. Look at the Glen right behind your office, but you're in Antigua. These officials take a lot of vacations. City employees take a lot of vacations, and very nice ones, I may add, and they own so many homes. I wonder if that's the norm for city employees here in the United States. Or is it just Yonkers? And so a lot of stuff is coming out. And even more is going to continue to be exposed. This is just the beginning, folks. This is truly just the beginning. It's been piling on so long. It's so much that it's going to eventually boil over. And it's starting to do that. It's starting to happen. So the alphabet boys are lurking. Right? They have to. It's only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time. There's too much going on. Zoning changes, this whole lottery mess at Macy, where they completely wiped the waiting list clean and then did a lottery to create a new waiting list. There was a man in there yesterday complaining that he was on it for 10 years and he's now no longer on it because he was not chosen in the new lottery. They're kicking people out by condemning buildings and allowing these investors to go in while they're condemned to begin renovations, and then they jacking up the prices. So that's how they're doing this. They have the big developers, then they have the little developers that attach themselves to the big guys that come do these big developments. And then they take on the smaller properties around the area, around these developments. That's how it works. And then they infiltrate building departments and city officials to bribe them. So that way they can get what they want, permits fast. They can get buildings condemned. Right? And then they move the people out. It's happened on Orchard. No permits. They got 2 properties right now under construction with no permits. How is that possible? Well, when you're paying, it's very possible. This is the individual, Elroy Harris, alleged. They got him there on Yonkers Tribune. Unbelievable.
Look at this. This building was condemned, yet they are doing work. Who is allowing work to be done in a condemned building? Yonkers Building Department, Sam Borelli.
This is the back of 86 Orchard here in Yonkers, obviously, right? Where the building has a condemned sign on the front. This was recently condemned, and the tenants were recently evicted as a result. And they're now currently doing work inside. They got scaffolding up already. They're actually doing work inside. You can see doors are being removed. It's been painted on the inside. But where are the permits? The building just has a sign that says condemned. How old is the fella that Elroy Harris? I'm not sure. Older enough to not be doing that. So this is the building. This is the side of the building. You can see it's boarded up. And across the street, if you look there where you see that balcony or that whatever you want to call it there, they're actually doing work there. Look at this mess. They gutted it out. No permits or nothing. It's been condemned, but they obviously removed stuff. And they're slowly probably taking it out at night, the garbage, because they come in at night, they remove the boards. And so this scaffolding is up, yet they have these steel beams holding up the home. How dangerous is that? It's unbelievable. And so, again, there you go right there. That's 87 Orchard. And the guy was doing work there. He's doing some framing to this deck. And I asked him for a permit. He said he didn't have any. But yet, if you're a daycare center like me, and you don't do much work, there goes the condemned sign.
Get out of our city, you guys. We really don't want you here. Look at this. This building is condemned, yet they're doing work. There's a scaffold behind it, and they're doing work.
And again, they're
86
painting,
Orchard.
removing doors, gutting
Condemned.
it.
But they're doing
It
work.
says keep out. Who's painting? Who's removing that stuff out of there?
Yo, you got to get permits for that? Permits? ¿Tiene permiso? No? No permits? For what the work you're doing? You're repairing This is 87 Orchard here, where the gentleman just confirmed that there is no permits here. What the heck is this? What the heck is? And they're doing work in there. They're doing work without permits.
And so I wanted to.
Where the permits?
This is the inside of that 87.
You guys want to mess with my business?
Look at this wiring
and everybody else's business. Where the permits? This is 87 Orchard.
You hear that building department? 87 Orchard, 86 Orchard. Here the guy's name is Sam. And so why do I do this? Because one, they're scheming to kick people out. Bottom line. That's what all this is happening now. Because if they really cared about the people like this, well, the building wasn't kept up, then why didn't you do something a long time ago? But what they do is they wait. These landlords probably paying money on the side, so they keep going, they keep collecting. Then when they now know these big developers are going to be coming in, followed by these smaller ones, they start hitting these landlords up. Oh, let's go back now to those with the violations. And then they condemn their buildings. And they do that because these new investors that come in pay them. Where are the condemned buildings? Then they can buy it cheap. Then they renovate it quickly. That's why they're doing it with no permits while it's condemned, because they know they can get away with it. They're not going to waste time. And then they get done and rent it out for a lot more. It's happening everywhere. As I was there filming, someone stopped and recognized me, say, hey, Freddie, they started talking to me about what was going on. So I told them, and they said, well, my family live on Ash. And they had to move because their rent was jacked up to $1,800 some dollars for their 2-bedroom, whatever it was, I remember, but it was a lot more than they could afford. So that Ash is in the Nodine Hill section. That's over there in District 2, Corazon Pineda, Isaac's district. So like I said, they're going to be jacking up the rent even in the Nodine Hill section. So you're either going to get more money because a lot of the apartments, their buildings are paid by DSS. A lot of the tenants have DSS, so they get it fully paid. So either DSS is going to increase what they're paying for people's rents over there, or they're going to say, we can't. You got to find a new place somewhere. And they're going to say, okay, but where? Because everywhere is expensive. What about Pennsylvania? Oh, okay. Out of Yonkers, right? So that's the whole game, guys. That it is it in a nutshell. That's it in a nutshell. They're coming to transform Yonkers. And great, I know we need it to have this place, change. But how do you do that? That's the problem. It's the way they're going about it. And they've ignored the people for so long. And now they allow out-of-towners to come in with their money, buying everything up, pricing them out, bringing new out-of-towners in. And they say, well, it was a shithole. Well, that's because officials allowed it to become a shithole. It's not just Yonkers. There's a lot of cities in this country that are quote unquote shitholes, if you want to call them that, right? Like one guy commented, that's why I'm saying that. And why is that? Because of the people in office. It starts at the top, doesn't it? It starts at the top. So that's, why I speak about it. And that's why I, tell people you have to come out and vote. It's very important. This is very important. You're going to get kicked out. It's going to affect everybody. It's going to affect people on the east side. They're going to do a lot of developments there. They're going to turn your quiet area into a very busy, heavily trafficked, dense area because of the casino, MGM Grand, the hotel, and all this, that, and the third. You don't think they're going to put developments over there near that and near the train station over there? It's going to happen, folks. But what are they doing for the schools? Today, I saw a post by exposing Yonkers corruption that I thought was was dope, man. I just liked it because the music that they included and everything, it was spot on. I'm a big fan of, fighting for our education system to improve here because it's very much needed. And I want you to see this post. If you're a parent, especially, I want you to see this. This is the condition of our classrooms, our school buildings. Let me just get to the beginning. This is unbelievable. Sorry, it's got I don't know. But look at this on the wall here, on ceiling, I should say. Look at this. What is this? Locker room. Hole in the ceiling, missing tiles. I've seen this myself. Look at this, boarded up. The bathroom, look at this. Piano. That's why there's no music. Look at the music room. Unbelievable, man. Look at this. I swear this. Yo. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I've seen this also mold. This is water damage. There's leaks. That leads to mold. That's unhealthy for people, especially if they have asthma or other breathing conditions. It's not okay. That's just not okay. That is so unacceptable. And the fact that none of them seem to really care pisses me off. Yeah, I get upset. That works me up, okay? That does. That really does when they give so much to these developers and other folks. They can make miracles happen when they need to. And why have they not for our children? Why? Why have they not made miracles happen for our children? They don't care. I've never seen that. I've lived in a lot of different places. I've never seen that in my life. That's horrible. And I'm not going to sit here and blame Dr. Quesada like the Yonkers Tribune would like to, because it starts at the top. The money is funneled from the top down. Where is the money going? Where is the money going? How is it being allocated? Hey, majority leader Tasha Diaz, chair of the education committee, where is the money going? Did you see that? I hope you do. Do you know about it? You should. You should be in those schools, inspecting them. Not at Chicken Island all day long, doing selfies and videos about the food you're giving to people, because guess what? The schools they go to are crap, therefore they can't succeed in life, therefore they got to line up at food distributions. You see the cycle? So you have to start at the schools. You have to start with the kids when they're young. And that's what we're trying to do. And not one of you will come to me and say, hey, how do we improve this? Because I promise you, we have ideas that you can never even freaking dream of in your mind, your puny little minds. This school needs to be, the system needs to be revamped. And I'm hearing they want Nader Sage. He's talking his education stuff. My man, you are not, over my dead body, going to be superintendent of schools here in the city of Yonkers. Seriously. And I say that because I care. I don't hate that man. I don't even know the man. I just know that he has no good intentions. He's our assemblyman. Where's the money, Nader? You put a post about the money, but where's it going, Nader? Did you see that? And I've seen that with my own eyes. So that's not bullshit. Where's the money going, Nader? Senator Shelley Mayer, chair of the Education Committee for the state, correct? Did you see that? I'm sure the other areas of New York that you represent do not look like that. I can guarantee it. And so there should be equality within the quality of education in your areas of representation, Senator. Is that not what the Democrats fight about? Social equality? Yet and still, as a whole, the Democrats fail. We don't want no more lines painted on the street. We don't care about the hoopla and the propaganda. We want to actually see the schools taken care of, renovated, brought back to life. We want to see our kids succeed, especially those that are attending it and go or live in the poor areas, the lowest socioeconomic areas. And unfortunately, that is predominantly Hispanic and Blacks. And we all must take responsibility, including the parents. Right? We throw parties for baby showers. We throw parties for birthdays, big birthday bashes, spend a lot of money. I grew up going to parties, right? Salsa all night long. They just got baptized. So-and-so is just got pregnant and we're doing a baby shower. But you know what party I never really attended? High school graduation parties, college graduation parties. And so we have to also take responsibility as a people. What do we value? What's important? And you know why some of the other schools on the east side get a little more? Or schools in other communities get a lot more? Because the parents come out in force. They don't hesitate. They don't play no games. And if you don't do what the parents say, they will come out for you. And so it's time that us parents come out for our kids and put pressure on these officials who have done nothing for us. I can't imagine what the Yonkers Times and the Yonkers Voice is saying, that people don't want things to change. They like it the way it is. Because I don't know which parent or any parents who will want their kids sitting in a classroom that looks like the ones I've shown you in those pictures. So we need to make change, and we need to come out for our kids, if anyone else. And I think this time, 2023, these elections coming up are very important. And things don't happen for no reason. At least that's what I believe. And so this big wave now of people speaking out, pages being made, information being put out there, suggests to me that it's time. Are we going to allow the corporate, I should say the corrupt, greedy officials to continue doing what they're doing and pushing the majority of us out to replace us with people that don't even know what's been going on or care? Nor do they have a family because they're building studio 1 and 2 bedrooms, but they like this fancy stuff, so they're going to vote for the same, right? They want a new voter base. Are we going to allow that to happen? Well, I'm here for you guys. I'm Freddie Vasquez, folks. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame that they have our schools in that condition, that classrooms are in those conditions. And I've seen it. I've been to bathrooms in the schools. In the Yonkers Public School building. I've seen the mold. I've said it. I've seen that. That's why I say that. There's mold in the buildings. Lead, asbestos, boarded up windows, doors, missing tiles, no AC, no heat. Buildings over 100 years old. Lockers that are ripped apart. Did you see that? Music rooms that are just in this disaster. We're going to try to change that. You know, one little bit at a time, one step at a time. Shout out to my wife, who was just meeting with her cheerleading coach partner as she puts together a cheerleading squad for the high school football team. She used to be on the step squad, and so she's putting some of that experience, to work there. And she's coming together. My wife, when she puts her mind to something, nothing's gonna stop her. She's gonna get it done. So if we don't have a cheerleading squad coming out this year, it's because they stopped her. But I think they're gonna support her. I've been getting a lot of people say positive things. We definitely will support, people from the I don't really talk to the officials, I go straight to the source. I said I bypass these Yonkers City Council people. I don't even deal with them. You know what I'm saying? And so I think hopefully, right, together, right, we're going to be doing some amazing things. So check that out. Cheerleaders, man, the girls were so hyped up. So many girls came out. Many show interest, so they're going to have tryouts, and they're excited. They were already talking about the uniforms and stuff like that. Man, we're going to work to build this school district up to be equal, if not better, to what we see in other states. That's what we're going to do. Why isn't the feds doing anything about it? I don't know. I really don't know. But we're going to do something. We're going to do something about it. Like I said, one step at a time. They deserve better. They deserve a lot better. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. Afternoon breaks. Folks, this is unacceptable. The conditions that our school classrooms are in, what our kids are given here in the Yonkers public schools is unacceptable. The most important things here that are needed are affordable housing and education. Education. That is how we build our economy here, folks. Here in the city. That's how you create economic growth. I mean, there have been studies done about this, reports put out about this, folks. It's not just me that's what I think. No, right? You need to go out and read what's out there. There's information out there before it's not anymore. So go out and read it, right? Education is how we build our economy here, our local economy. Providing local jobs or jobs to local labor is how we build our local economy. Not by bringing in overpriced developments that may not even be all rented out. They'll probably be half rented, half empty. Who knows what's going to happen? Are there going to be a bunch of abandoned buildings? Are these individuals just running to grab whatever money's there and whatever happens after, so what? Got to think about that, right? It's our money also, taxpayer money that's being wasted on nonsense. That's another thing that pissed me off. They spent $500,000 on a study for the Ludlow rezoning plan when the developers and all those who own real estate over there are going to be the ones making money, including some officials, elected officials, or families of elected officials. They're going to make millions. And so why is it that the taxpayers are footing the bill? Why are we paying the $500,000? Can we get our money back and put that towards the schools to fix up those classrooms that I just showed there, right? You see about it, what I'm saying? This is money mismanagement. Currying favors for developers. Oh, we'll get it. Don't worry. We'll have the taxpayers pay for it. Don't worry, Ginsburg. Don't worry. We're going to keep your money in your pocket. I'm Freddie Vasquez. Showing you what it's real, what's going on, man. It's up to you, folks. Let's go. The schools are crap, though. And I was right about that Macy employee. He was fired, caught on camera, engaging in a sexual activity with a 16-year-old. On the Yonkers Tribune, his wife works as a deputy commissioner of the Parks Department, although at one point she was demoted for stealing $3,000 from individuals who were seeking park permits. She wasn't fired, she was demoted, but recently she was promoted to deputy parks commissioner. Once Steve Sansone moved on up, did this have anything to do with her relationship with the Yonkers City Council President, Lakeisha Collins Bellamy? that this individual who was seen on camera working for Macy, now fired, get his job at Macy because of his relationship with Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, the city council president. And they talk about Freddie Vasquez and child porn. Please, you guys gotta check out your own backyard. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. Thank you.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
I was raised in housing. I don't think you were.
You know, what is that sweet spot? You know, what is that sweet spot? You know, what is that sweet spot?
Let's get it popping.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
In another one, Mr. Rumo lied to me. And I don't vote for the person that lied to me. Thank you very much.
Letting Helen off easy.
Are we doing interviews right now?
Yes, I sent that text message yesterday if you had any questions for the candidates.
Yes, but I thought it was going to be like after we went through the agenda, we would then do interviews. But I'm okay. I don't have any questions. I know.
Okay.
I think she's great. I think she'll be a great first deputy council.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
We're going to leave it where it is. Let's vote on this. Let's get it popping. Like I said, political games that are being played. We're going to leave it where it is. Let's vote on this. Let's get it popping.
You know, what is that sweet spot?
I was raised in housing. I don't think you were. I went to Yonkers public schools. I don't think you did. We can go on all night with this, honey.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez. You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez.
Are we? Let's make it happen, guys. Make me happy today.